Want to go ahead and get started. I think we have a lot to talk about today. So, I want to converse with you with a message that carries the weight of profound hope and limitless potential. It is a fundamental truth that resides deep within each of our hearts and our souls. The extraordinary power we possess to change our lives, transform ourselves, and carve out a path that aligns with our highest potential. And it is embracing divine change. So, as with each week, I give you the definition. So, tonight I'm going to define three words for you, which is the three words of the title. It's kind of going to be an overview, but we will break the title down in our next get together and make sure we are moving towards impacting the world with our transformation of ourselves. The first word is going to be embrace or embracing. And the definition for that word is cherish, to love, encircle, enclose, or welcome. My definition of embracing is allow, that we allow, because a lot of times, intentionally or intentionally, we may embrace a circumstance, a person, an idea, but we don't really allow that to grow within us or the relationship to grow. So my definition is going to be allow. Define, and we all have a definition of divine. I'm going to say relating to or proceeding directly from God, our divine creator. My definition of divine is the super in my human ability. So that means I'm a superwoman, right? The definition for change is alter, transform. My definition is to be different and to do better. We don't have to change. We can go through our life being subpar, not really seen, but is that impacting our world, or is that impacting our goals in life? More than likely it is not. So my definition is to be different and to do better. Our past is not a chain that holds us back. It is the very foundation upon which we build our future. You have to have had a past in order to know what you need to make better for the coming next day. You had to have yesterday so that you knew what to do today, and you have to have today to know what you need to do better tomorrow, right? So our past is not what holds us back. It is our foundation on which we can make better decisions, better choices. Each of us has been bestowed with a divine gift, a gift of transformation. I know we don't think of this as a gift because we see it as a project, but it's a gift that empowers us to redefine our lives. And this gift is not a fleeting possibility or a distant dream. It is an inherent truth. It is a divine promise that we have the power to reshape our reality, redefine our personal narrative, and pursue our loftiest aspirations. When God, the divine creator, brought the universe into existence, he endowed us with a remarkable ability, the power to shape our own lives. Think about that. You were born with a power to shape your own life. Your parents, your grandparents, those that raised you, whoever raised you, didn't know what your power was. That's why sometimes they were telling you, be quiet, go sit down. Don't do that. Don't do this. Not knowing that that could have been part of your power, that you were maybe talking too much because that's what you were going to do as an adult. Or maybe you were flipping around the furniture too much because you were going to be a future gymnast. Maybe you was banging on the pots and pans so much and they were like, "What? Can you just stop?" But little did they know you were going to be a drummer. So we have people kind of instilling into us what their powers are, but this allows us to know that we have a remarkable ability to shape our own life. Now, I know that's quite a bit of us think that is just how my life is. This is just how my life is. I've just been dealt these cards in life. But is it? Ask yourself, are you comfortable in what you're wallowing in? Or do you want to get up out of that? That's your choice. This divine endowment is not a passive blessing. It is an active force, one that empowers us to craft habits, set boundaries, and establish patterns that will define our journey in life. We may at times find ourselves stumbling into patterns and behaviors that are no longer serving a purpose for us. If what you're doing is not serving a purpose in your life, and you are starting to feel trapped in cycles of negativity or unproductive habits, they may seem right now impossible to break. And I understand that. When I talk about impossible habits to break, I always look to the Israelites in the mass exodus from Egypt, where they could not get past themselves for complaining. And eventually, God got so tired of it, he just let the complainers die off in the desert to prove that our words have strength and our words have power to determine our life and our living. I spoke some time ago about being careful what you speak out of your mouth, because just as God spoke and created the heavens and the earth, when you speak, you determine your outside force, right? Yet the truth remains steadfast that these habits, we are not, I want to keep repeating that, we are not bound by these patterns. We can change it. We possess an inherent power to overcome the negativity. We have the capability to break free from these constraints, to transform our behaviors, to change our thinking, to change our heart, and to chart a new course in our lives. Our journey thus far has been shaped by the choices we've made, good, bad, or indifferent. Good, bad, or indifferent. Whatever choices we've made, remember I've mentioned in the past that we do something to change or we do nothing to change. Either way, we're changing. Are we changing positive with a focus, with a vision, or are we just falling into whatever's around us and we're changing into that? You're making a choice one way or the other. But today, I think it's important that I urge you to recognize a profound truth. We have the power to choose again. Doesn't matter what we've been doing. What are we going to do from today on? Or what are we going to do from tomorrow on? We have the authority to stop, to shift, and to grow. You have the authority to do that. We have the ability to redefine who we are and what we stand for. Just because it's been the way we've been doing it or the way we've been thinking doesn't mean that's the way it has to be. We can rewrite our personal stories and breathe new life into our existence. One of those ways that we can rewrite our personal stories or breathe new life into our existence was writing our obituary. What did we want our end story to be? What did we want our last chapter of life to be? Your last chapter of life needs to be building up from the chapters ahead of that. So if you're going to rewrite it, You need to know what you're rewriting your personal story to be, what is going to be the finish. Our faith is a testament to the power of transformation. It embodies a profound belief in our capacity for renewal, faith that we can be forgiven, faith that we can forgive ourselves, which is the number one thing, right? And faith that we can extend that forgiveness to others. This faith is not just a passive hope, it is an active force that propels us towards our greatest potential. It is a reminder that our capacity for change is not limited by our past, but is bounded only by our vision for the future. Have you taken the time to write your vision? No. Did I just hear a no for one of you? Oh my gosh. So you are choosing to go with the wandering in the desert instead of directing your path? Come on, you can do better. I have faith in you.